Cool. Yeah, I don't really have like a feature, but it's related to something that has bothered me for a while, both here and at Liquor. Um, like last couple of weeks, merged some changes that broke relative date filtering, and it's always unfortunate when that happens. We shouldn't be doing that. And I think one of the reasons why this keeps happening is all of our test data goes up to 2020. So all of the unit tests, all the dialect tests are based on dates that end in 2020. So the relative filters, you have to filter pretty far back in the past to get any real results. Um, Earlier this week, I added a view to all of the dialect or the X dialect test databases that takes that original data set and shifts it to be centered around the current timestamp. So now you can have unit tests that actually get results with relative filters, which is for me like a huge relief that when we are making changes to filters, we can have relative filter unit tests that actually have results. Um, and it's based off of this kind of cool. Well, in retrospect, it seemed obvious, but when I was trying to figure out how I'm going to shift that data and always have it be always have like actual results based around the current timestamp. Um, it was a little tricky at first, but then you take the median of the original data set, subtract it from the current timestamp, and then add it back to the original data, and you have this distribution that's centered around the original data set. And then with that, I added a ton of relative date filter tests that test every type of model configuration. So we're not going to get, cast exceptions going into production that are like, oh, you missed adding a fiscal offset for this test, or you missed a week start day. So I'm very stoked on that. We have some coverage there, and hopefully for bug repros we can just use these new relative data sets for that. That's it.
TJ, also worth mentioning that technique that you used to offset the timestamps is super helpful for demo data. So if we're
Ooh,
synthesizing demo data sets for the field, just generate once and then put that view layer on top using that same technique, and it's basically perpetually awesome. So we would love to steal some of that code from you in the future.